Lyv Even stands for accepting and owning all asymmetries of life. My name is Lyv Kluska, and I am the founder of Lyv Even. I created Lyv Even after I had experienced a series of different adversities. And I reached my freshman year of college, and I found out that I had idiopathic scoliosis. They did say it was serious enough that they weren't able to correct it, but just shy from what would have been necessary for surgery.
About 6 million people in the U.S. have scoliosis, which is defined as a sideways curvature of the spine. In the most severe cases, it can affect how the heart and lungs function, and it often gets worse as a child grows.
I couldn't play tennis. The doctor actually said tennis is probably the worst possible sport for you to be playing. One day, I actually was wearing an asymmetrical dress where it cinched on one side, and I realized it actually was accentuating my uneven hips. And that's whenever it clicked. I was like, okay, what if there was a clothing store where everything in the store was asymmetrical?
Even though Lyv didn't know it yet, she was becoming an entrepreneur. I spoke with Derek Peterson, Furman's entrepreneur in residence, to talk about the initial steps of becoming an entrepreneur.
Really understand your idea, what you're trying to do, get it down on paper, be able to say it well. I think the second thing would be to test it, go out and find, can you get a product market fit? Can you convince people to actually use or want to buy your product? Can you get them to trade money for something? And three is start actually working on it, start building it.
Lyv has spent the past year building her company and her brand.
It comes down to the aesthetic. If you can get it to have this balance with whatever you're producing and then releasing to people, people will see it and they will continue to follow it because it looks good.
She isn't only working with her website, though. She's creating her own aesthetic.
I chose to do the t-shirts as a brand awareness approach. So my original idea, like I said, was to create a clothing line where everything in the store is asymmetrical, meaning I have legit fashion designs where if you put a line down the center, something is a little bit off on each side. And I have those designs all sketched out. However, I don't have the funds right now to get all of the merchandise created, which is why I started with the t-shirts.
Her strategy is working.
I'm pretty impressed. I mean, she's starting this clothing company, and she wants to make it her career, and she's already out there. She's already selling shirts. She's going out. She's making it happen. She's selling shirts. So right off the bat, she's got to jump on other entrepreneurs that are just not really willing to do that.
Derek encourages students to take action to drive their ideas forward.
As a student, you really lack a lot of that. You've been learning a lot of things, but you don't have a lot of real industry knowledge. And it's really just an experience thing. I mean, it's not that they're not smart enough or not capable. It's just they don't have the experience to really see between the lines on what people really want.
Experience comes from adversity, and Lyv has already had her share. Shortly after her launch, she had to reshoot her photos and video because her friends were prohibited from modeling for her due to their student-athlete status.
It was around May whenever I released everything, and then it was in June whenever I found out that I had to take everything down. So since then, I've been working on regathering all of my footage. To be honest, I had to start completely from scratch. It set me back, I would say, a few months, but that's okay. It's all a process.
And this process and resiliency shows just one of the traits that entrepreneurs need to possess.
I think you need a lot of grit. You need a lot of humility. You need to be able to get things done. I think if you have those three things, you're well on your way.
I think it's safe to say that Lyv is well on her way to becoming successful in her brand and an inspiration to others.
That's actually my favorite part about everything that I've done with Lyv Even is working with people. But my closest friends have been extremely involved because this brand, I've noticed it connects people, and that's exactly what I want it to do. Working with people has been a significant part of this entire process, and we all have so much fun doing it because of what it stands for. Lyv Even's about finding that balance in between all of our asymmetries.
Lyv has created a brand that brings people together, people who only have to be themselves. She shows that everyone has a place.
Lyv Even is a lifestyle that encourages others to embrace nonconformity by owning the asymmetric angles of life.
If I need the funk, I'm gonna take it.
You know we really want the
If I need the funk, I'm gonna take it.
You know we